Welcome back again. We're going to do part 2, and I'm just going to create a map. I'll be putting this up on the Patreon site for free for our patrons. Last video we created the land masses using the landmass tool brushes and things over here. We didn't just generate an auto continent or auto landmass with the wizard, but we used the brushes that we see here, the landmass brush, the eraser, the raise and lower landmass tools. So today, let's kind of decorate our map. I'm going to go into the symbols, and I've got preloaded all of my symbols from before. So right now, symbol scale is 100. I'm going to take it way down. And we're going to start. Oh, even there, that's too big. Let's take it down to here. There we go. And this dialing down here, you can see I had created some dark terrain. So let's kind of go with that and add some mountains here. Now, one thing I should mention, we're in the default layer right now. Wonderdraft does create a default layer. So if I want to create more layers, I just turn on layer management. So right now we're in default. So we're going to go back to the symbols, and let's just continue with our mountains. What do we want to put up here? We want some full color up here, don't we? You're listening to part of the Dark Shroud Legacy, Sleepy Little Town by Dan Walters. I think we're going to zoom in and do some mound groupings. I'm going to take these down even smaller. Right now, again, I'm adding all of these on our default layer. And I think for this up here, let's go ahead and where is that? There it is. I'm going to add some mountains going up. Kind of giving this a bit of a border. And to add a little bit of color in there, I'm going to go to one of our tonal ranges. There we go. And we'll add some foothills. Do we want to continue our mountains over here? I think so. Let's go ahead and do that. So again, I'm going to bring down one of our ranges. I'm going to cut it across and bring it down. And maybe we'll have these go up right here. Then I'm going to bring in some of my low ranges. Ooh. There we go. Alright, to end off the video, we're going to switch to our trees, and we go to layers. I'm going to go on to layer 2. And go back to our trees. And let's just do it in forest. I'm going to keep it at 10 for right now. You can see we kind of have a bit of a scattering. So let's take up our density. A really nice dense forest. Let's see, do I have my autumn trees? Yeah. And I'm guessing it's probably difficult to see, so let's bump this up to 300%. And we'll scooch it over. Oh, I didn't change the layer where they are. There we go. I noticed I was getting a fade in, so let's just add some back in here. And I'm going to add some trees. Some pines. Now you'll notice up above here we've got the snow. Luckily, let's see, we'll start with our regular pine trees down here. Then we have a partially covered snow tree. So you can kind of forecast that it is going into heavier snow, and we have heavy snow covered trees. I'll just fill this up here. And although I don't have any deciduous snow covered trees, the reality is a lot of them are just blank in the winter. So some of the dead trees you can actually use up here as a winterscape as well. We'll add a few more, maybe on the coast. And we're gonna go up here, and this is just gonna be all thick. I'm gonna shrink that back down. And a quick tip, when you're changing, if you want to change the scale, if you have a middle mouse wheel, you can just scroll that, and that will change the scale for you. Now, I'm going to take this back down. I'm going to put it under the default layer because I want to go behind the mountains. I want those mountains to show up really well. I'm going to take the density up even more. It's a really thick forest. And I'm going to bump it up one. Kind of change some of our sizing. And on this side, I'll just do the forest. Oops. Undo, Control Z. And I gotta go change the layer. Remember, the mountains are on the default, so let's go to 2. And now we can put the trees back on top. And right now I'm just holding down the mouse button and just kind of following the ridge line. Your maps are whatever you want to make, so feel free to use as many trees as possible or as few trees as possible. If you're a fan of our Patreon page, you'll know that we've got several sets. Our Treescapes Volume 1 has multiple types of trees in it and color variations. Here, we'll zoom in. So you can see here I'm using kind of bright colors and desaturated to give us a little bit more oomph. Let's take it back down to 250. One day I'll learn how to do a better resolution on the coastlines. That's the only thing that's missing that I'm seeing. Alright, so down here, let's see, I think we need some symbols, and I've got, there we go. I've got grassland symbols. I'm going to keep it on +2, and I'm going to scroll up to 20%. And this is just made by clicking the placement. Indicate that this is more of a grassland. We could also do, let's see, oh, we've also got mines. Take that back down to 10, and maybe we have numerous mine tunnels in the mountains, and maybe even one ancient cave. Oh, we'll put one up here. I'm going to put this on 1. Go 1 layer below the trees, so it kind of shows. We'll put a couple craggy entrances up here. Here, I'll go back up to 400 so we can see. Nope, don't like that. Let's do that one. That looks a little bit nicer. And we'll put a main entrance right here behind these trees. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll continue the map and have it ready for Patreon.